top three all won last time out. They've all still got to play Arsenal, who can't win it, but they could have a big say in where the title goes. A point will put Liverpool back on top tonight, but only a point would be a real disappointment. There are no room for any slips now. We're at Anfield. Our live Barclays Premier League football is Liverpool against Arsenal on Sky Sports 1 and in high definition on HD1 channel 408. Manchester United play tomorrow night. So too do Chelsea in a dress rehearsal of the FA Cup final against Everton at Stamford Bridge. We will be there to see that from 7:30 tomorrow at this time. Our guest this evening, Alan Smith, who's got a tale to tell about coming to Anfield and scoring big goals. The former Liverpool captain, Jamie Redknapp, and tucked in just behind them, the current Liverpool skipper, Steven Gerrard. Welcome to you. Disappointment, obviously, that you're not involved, Steven, but that's always a bonus for us. This title, how much are Liverpool talking about it?
Well, every day in training. All the supporters are talking about it. The manager's always talking about it because we want it so badly. And we believe we've got a really good chance of delivering it this season.
A better than evens chance?
I don't know about that. Obviously Manchester United are still favourites, but we believe if we keep winning and keep a certain amount of pressure on them, hopefully other teams will do us a favour and he will have a wobble.
Because it's been too long for Liverpool fans, hasn't it? 19 years.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's the bread and butter around here. The fans are desperate for it. We've done well with trophies of late, but everyone wants this Premiership. Myself, all the other players, and the fans are desperate for it.
It was a heavy weight around your shoulders during your time here, wasn't it? The absence of it.
Of course it was. It's one we always want to win. I think it hasn't changed. I think with the nucleus of this Liverpool squad and the two leaders in it, Steven and Jamie Carragher, I'm sure they would love to win the Premier League. They won the Champions League. They like to win everything they can. I think that's their mentality. But, I think you have to look at it. The facts are, if Manchester United draw 2 games and Liverpool win the rest of theirs, and if you look at it realistically, the way they're playing, they are good fixtures. I don't think you could ask for better fixtures than what they've got. Then they will win the Premier League as long as they keep their better goal difference up. So Manchester United have got to keep their foot on the pedal because, I agree with Stephen, they are in the box seat, but you never know. This Premier League this season has been probably the most incredible that I've ever witnessed, where the teams can literally beat anyone from the bottom to the top. We have had that sort of season, so I still think there's a lot to play for. 18 titles in total for Liverpool. Manchester United are aiming at that target. Liverpool fans will tell you should have been 19. Alan Smith and Arsenal spoiled all of that, didn't they?
Who said that? Should have been. Well, we hadn't won it for 18 years, so it was quite a nice night for us.
1989.
Yeah. One off the training ground, this one.
Did you touch it?
I did indeed, yeah. You can see the mud on my face. There you go, look, just on there. Look at that for a touch, lovely. Mickey got a bit of luck there, but he's the most laid-back player in history, Michael Thomas, and I was running behind him, just begging for him to shoot.
For those who don't remember, 2-0 won it, and that was virtually the last kick of the night.
What was the shout? It's up for grabs now. I think that was the famous
Brian
play,
Moore,
wasn't it?
Yeah, the late great Brian Moore. Where were you that night?
I was at home watching it with my dad and my brother. It was heartbreaking, obviously, for us, and I was crying at the end of the night. And I think it was a Friday night. I had to take the Monday off school because it took 2 or 3 days, getting over it. So,
you weren't alone. And you? Do you have memories of that?
Yeah, of course I can. I think it was one of those nights that you just never forget, watching football, because it was so late in the season, and there's never been a better ending to it. And I obviously wanted Liverpool to win because I liked Liverpool as a kid growing up. But one of the greatest games you've ever seen. And
these are special games, aren't they? Liverpool, Arsenal.
Yeah, of course. Two fantastic footballing teams. Great histories, and every time when you play against Arsenal, you're in for a game. They've got fantastic players and a world-class manager. So you always know that. Yeah, a very tough game.
Game on.
Yeah, definitely.
Top 6 looks like this at the moment. Alan Smith told me after ruling Arsenal out. Would you still argue that, Alan, when you look at that?
Yeah, I wouldn't put much money on. I mean, mathematically they're still there, aren't they? But maybe you're being a bit harsh at the top there, Richard. But, no, it's not going to be their year, is it? Champions League is what they're looking at now.
A big gap now between themselves and Aston Villa as well, so they would be you would think, comfortable about finishing 4th now. Teams tonight, 2 changes for Liverpool from that dramatic 4-4 in the Champions League. Aga returns to the centre of the defence in place of Skrtel, who takes his place amongst the substitutes. And Riera is back for Lucas, who's another of the substitutes for Liverpool tonight. As we know, no Steven Gerrard, it's 2 up top, Kaut and Torres. Arsenal's latest casualties, as we know now, Adebayor and Van Persie. The only regular amongst their back 5 is Kolo Touré. So it's a reshuffled starting 11, Cesc Fabregas fit. Amongst their substitutes tonight, Theo Walcott, who is also rested. Bentner will play up top on his own. There's a choice of live football this evening. Now it's Real Madrid against Getafe on Sky Sports 2. Tomorrow night, Barcelona get their chance to respond to whatever Real do tonight. They're playing Sevilla from 9 on Sky Sports 2. We're at Stamford Bridge with Chelsea and Everton. Jamie Redknapp, Steven Gerrard and Alan Smith are guests here tonight. How important has Xabi Alonso been in your season?
Well, he's been our player of the year. I think from the first game up until now, he's been top class. I think everyone knows the range of passing that he's got. But what people might not know is how good he is positionally and the job he does for the team defensively as well as when we have got the ball.
It's remarkable to think, Jamie, isn't it? You made the point a couple of times this year, had Liverpool signed Gareth Barry, he may not have, not good games, but might not have been here.
No, I think he was very close from Stephen, no better than I will, going to Juventus, and I think that would have been a huge loss because he passes the ball left and right foot. No matter what way he is, he can hit it to the right side or left side, and it's so difficult when you're playing against someone because you don't know which way to show him. He can hit that daisy cutter that goes along the ground. Absolutely superb pass of the ball. Can see a through pass as well, especially when Stephen plays off the front. I think he slides it at you, and I think you've got a nice rapport with him, haven't you?
Yeah. He's easy to play with. He's a clever player, and I love it when he's in the team if I'm playing because I know I'm going to get a lot of the ball. It's as if he's on the same wavelength of myself, and yeah, I love playing with him. He's a pleasure to play with.
Just a small point. What would you describe yourself as now? Are you a genuine forward, or are you still?
I'm still not sure.
Player?
I'm still not sure. You know, Rafa's been quoted lately saying he can see me playing more in this advanced attacking role behind Torres, and you know I'm happy with that because it gives me a chance to get forward into the box and get goals. You know, set goals up. But I've still got a responsibility to help the midfield when we haven't got the ball.
And how important is your captain to Arsenal?
Well, he's hugely important. They missed him when he was away with that long injury. Because he's only 21, but he was the leader of the team almost before he got the armband. Had that little spat, didn't he, with Brian Horton, supposedly down the tunnel. But
allegedly.
Allegedly, that's the word. But he's a winner, isn't he? And he's a bad loser. Simple as that.
Oh, it's not a bad thing, is it?
No, it's not a bad thing. No, I mean he was quiet against Chelsea in the semi on Saturday, but he was superb over in Villarreal, I thought, in the first leg of the Champions League quarters, with a passing, finding Adebayor for that goal. And yeah, he's a born leader. I mean, I knew Tony Adams, he got the armband when he was only 21, and you thought that's not going to happen very often, but he's another one that just naturally assumes that mantle.
What's he like to play against, Stephen?
He's a nightmare if he's on top of his game. You know, he's similar to Xabi Alonso in many ways, where he's very intelligent, good on the ball. Maybe a slightly better going forward than Xavi. He can set goals up and score goals himself, but yeah, fantastic play when he's on top of his game. I'm just hoping he has a quiet game like Wembley tonight.
There's a few though, Stephen, isn't there? I know you played against Spain quite a few times, like Xavi, Iniesta, you know, Xabi Alonso, Fabregas, these sort of players, they manipulate the ball so well, such close control, you don't know which way they're going to go, low centre of gravity, small players, but
they're unplayable.
Fantastic.
They're unplayable. If you get Alonso or Fabregas or Xavi and Iniesta, if they're on top of their game, they're unplayable.
Spanish?
No, that's what I mean.
That's why they're the best in Europe, though, because you know they've got top midfielders.
In your team on the five-a-side?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I'm with you, Richard. Get on with it.
Speaking of numbers, 1989 we have been discussing, but never mind that. There's always something happening in this fixture.
Lines it up, finds the net. Arsenal are in front.
Hit the east side of the LBC on a mission trying to find Mr.
Rush. Fowler. Fowler making a yard for himself. Oh, is it going in? It is! It's away again. Is this going to be the hat-trick? It could still be. It is!
Danger, danger. High voltage.
Pires. Oh, what a shot! It's a fabulous goal from Robert Pires. Went through to Crouch. Crouch for the hat-trick. Crouch gets the hat-trick. Gerrard! It's Fabregas! It's the equaliser!
The Robbie Fowler hat-trick, 4 minutes and 33 seconds, which remains a Premier League record. Stunning when you think about that, isn't it?
Yeah, he was a fantastic finisher, Robbie, and he always seemed to save his best for the Arsenal games as well, and that hat-trick was unbelievable. I don't think that record will be beaten.
I played that day. He was, and that Stevie was just saying a second ago, he was absolutely on fire in that day and age. What's he got that shirt? Is that your brother?
That's my nephew. Yeah, there he is.
Right, here we go. Liverpool's chance to take over at the top. A point would do, and after the 3, let's join our match commentators, Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Thanks, Richard. Hello again, everyone. Confirmation of the team news for you. Liverpool with Pepe Reina in goal. He's never kept a clean sheet against Arsenal. From the back four at Stamford Bridge, Daniel Agger comes in for Martin Skrtel. Agger's 50th Premier League game. In midfield, Albert Riera returns in place of Lucas. As you know, Steven Gerrard missing for the 3rd game in a row. So it's Dirk Kuyt with Fernando Torres. Amongst the Liverpool substitutes, Ryan Babel, who's been used from the bench a remarkable 25 times this season.
Well, we have it down as a 4-4-2. We're assuming that they're going to start like this. That would be the normal thing for them to do. I guess the other thing they might do, Martin, is they could just take Benayoun, play him along there, leave Kuyt on that right-hand side if they want to be working up and down there, and just play Benayoun in an area where I think he quite likes playing. I know he get plenty of the ball, and it's just a matter of which one they prefer. Mascherano will have a job tonight. He'll have a big responsibility, I believe, because I think that Fabregas is going to play in this area here, and it will be imperative that Mascherano in particular does not let him influence the game.
For Arsenal, Lucas Fabianski still needed to stand in for Manuel Almunia, but Bakary Sagna is back from illness and replaces Eboué. Gallas, Clichy and Djourou are still out though. Samir Nasri, Alex Song and Andrey Arshavin recalled in midfield. The one area in the team where Arsene Wenger does have a few options at the moment. Theo Walcott is given a breather. One striker, Nicholas Bentner, with Robin van Persie struggling with a groin injury from Wembley, and no risks being taken with Emmanuel Adebayor. Vito Mannone, a 21-year-old Italian, is the backup goalkeeper this evening.
Well, this is something he's done in recent games, I think, since Fabregas come back from injuries. Because of the shortage of players, he's played them in an area here just behind the front man, whether it's Adebayor or Nicholas Bentner. I think it's an area he really likes, like Steven Gerrard was saying, how much he enjoys it. It does mean he doesn't have to concentrate solely on defending. Leaves that to the others. He'll play higher up the pitch. Danielson and Song will just tuck in that midfield. And I do think Nasri and Arshavin will be pretty high up the pitch tonight. There's no reason for them to come Arsenal and not try and play and not try and win this game.
Well, it's a special fixture, and it's come at a special time in a special season. Arsenal may not win the league, but they can be kingmakers. They've got this game, they've got Chelsea at home, they go to Old Trafford. But it is 10 days since both Liverpool and Arsenal last played in the Premier League. An emotional interim for both. Liverpool's heroic European exit at Stamford Bridge on the eve of the Hillsborough anniversary. Arsenal celebrated reaching one semi-final in the Champions League, but then lost another. And in the FA Cup, they, just like Liverpool 4 days earlier, felt the force of a Chelsea comeback. Arsenal's away kit this season, a tribute to what their side of 1989 were wearing when they seized what was up for grabs, famously, from a 2-goal win. That league championship plucked from Liverpool's grasp in front of their own fans here. Well, 5 straight wins apiece in the Barclays Premier League. Both have scored a sumptuous 16 goals in the process. Equal in recent form, though maybe not equal in incentives tonight. Liverpool aiming to return to the summit. But Arsenal certainly have the ability to damage those ambitions. From Anfield, it is Liverpool against Arsenal, and it's live.
On the subject of numbers, incidentally, a tribute evening to Ray Kennedy, who was wearing the number 10 jersey with Arsenal when he was a double winner. Came to Anfield, of course, and famously wore 5. There he is, terrific guy, suffers with Parkinson's these days. He is here tonight to make a presentation at half-time. Such a shame that a lovely big man was stricken with that disease in the manner that Ray has been. Live football tonight. We are at Anfield. It is Liverpool against Arsenal. Our match commentators Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Yes, nice words, Richard, about Ray Kennedy. It can't be easy for him to be here tonight, but it's great to see him. And it should be great to see this. Liverpool beaten only twice in the league this season. Mascherano wanted too much time. Nasri gets the better of him as well. What have Arsenal got here? They've got Fabregas, he's in. Oh, and Arshavin gives Arsenal the lead at Anfield.
Well, the 3 Liverpool substitutes are giving the linesman in this near side some stick. They're all screaming in his ear for offside. And we'll have a look at it and decide. Liverpool do try to eventually push out. He's a little sloppy, Mascherano, and they jump on him here. But it's the next ball we're going to see. This one coming now. Oh, I'll tell you what, they might have a case. Gets a little bit of luck, Arshavin. But that's what good footballers do. I mean, Fabregas, is that he doesn't panic when he's in. He makes one run, then another. And now he has to think, where am I going? That was the only ball they could probably have scored with. He picked that one out, but this is the ball that Liverpool will argue should have been flagged offside, and they may well have a very valid case for that. It was close, no doubt about that, but I think he might just have been off.
They'll take a bit of silencing here, but Arsenal have the lead. In goes Torres. Well, the half ending, Andy, typical of Liverpool's efforts, but it's Arsenal who scored. Andrey Arshavin, who wants to play in the middle, we're told, cropped up in the middle, with Mike Malarkey keeping his flag down as Fabregas cut the ball back, and via the underside of the bar. Fine margins we're dealing with at this stage in the season, and the margins favoured Arsenal then at half-time at Anfield. Liverpool 0, Arsenal 1.
Only trailed at Anfield once this season to Wigan, went on to win 3-2. Last time they were a goal down without Steven Gerrard. Portsmouth went on to win by 3-2. Steven Gerrard with us tonight alongside Alan Smith and Jamie Redknapp. Their thoughts when we come back on a stunning half. And how about that for a goal against the man of play? Arsenal lead with Arshavin's goal. Great reception for Ray Kennedy tonight. A double winner with Arsenal, and we lost count of the number of medals he won with Liverpool. He's suffering with Parkinson's these days, but it's great to see him. Great to see him. Jamie Redknapp, Steven Gerrard and Alan Smith are with us. Arsenal, you had the good grace to say against the run of play, but
it was slightly, yes.
Controversial goal, on or off for you?
Oh no, I thought it was onside. I think if you look across at Jamie Carragher,
he's been far the busiest out of 2 keepers. The disappointing thing for us was the scoreline, but I think we've played very well. And, we need to continue and be patient, and hopefully the equaliser will come.
And what will half-time be like in there?
Well, I think Rafa will be very calm. I think he'll be happy how we've played. Disappointing to score, but as you say, it was against the run of play. All Arsenal's main attacking threats have been really quiet up until the 36 minutes, so very pleasing, but we need to turn the scoreline around.
And psychologically, attacking the Kop,
yeah, it's a
massive
difference, yeah. It's a lot noisier down that end. It's as if they're sucking the ball towards the goal, and hopefully it will be one of them nights where we can get a winner late on. Liverpool
trailing by 1-0 against Arsenal, who said they'd cause some problems here tonight. There's Super Ken in the background we were discussing earlier. Some speculation around here that he's rejoining the club in a capacity, to be confirmed, but doesn't miss many Liverpool matches. 1-0 to the Arsenal. The dice against Bruce, 3:30, Sky Sports 1 and HD1. Well, Arsenal, we've said, can't win it, but in this sort of form, I wish they'd put their run together slightly earlier in the season. They are playing the other two as well as Liverpool at the back end of their season. But what, if anything, can Rafa Benitez change here, Stephen, or does he need to?
Well, I think the biggest threat from the bench is going to be Babel. When we played him in the Champions League not so long ago, he come on and had a big impact and changed the game for us. So hopefully if he's called upon tonight, he can do the same.
A player with so much potential, it seems. Is he slightly frustrating that it's so rarely seen?
Well, I think for someone with that much ability, we have expected a little bit more. He's been tremendous for us coming off the bench as an impact player, but you know, maybe when he started from the beginning, we haven't really seen the best of him. But he's certainly got ability, plenty of pace, and he can turn a game round.
He might be needed yet. Liverpool trail by 1-0. Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Yes, Richard, Arsenal leading on the ground where they won their very first 3 points in the Premier League. They beat Liverpool here in August 1992. You saw one of the goals earlier in the programme from Anders Limpar. Ian Wright got the other. The last time they won here in the Premier League was 2003, and they were the team that came from 1-0 down. Fighting hard they are, but they're being challenged by Arbeloa. Sanya has only volleyed it straight to Dirk Kuyt. Kuyt's cross, Torres with the header! Brilliant header! 1-1. It started really with Sanya's clearance.
Poor one. Really poor clearance. Should have dealt with this better. It's not difficult. Poor clearance. They get a little bit of luck when they need it. The first ball's been smashed across, not really going anywhere. But you can't say that about the second. He drops that right on the money. It's amazing how players who play up front know exactly where to drop across every now and again, and that's what he does. Drops it on the penalty spot and says, "Go on, son." And when you're hot, you're hot. Make no mistake about this header. This is not easy. He has to put the power in the header because the cross hasn't got any on it. And he had the power and he had the accuracy. And Liverpool have their equaliser.
And they won't want to stop. Here's Torres again. Arshavin clears. So, for levelling it up as it stands, sees Liverpool with that goal difference advantage over Manchester United. But it's Fabianski keeping his distance is the sensible thing to do. But a poor clearance from Gibbs. Kuyt. Benayoun!
Oh.
Is it in?
10, flags up. He's given it.
Liverpool have the lead. For all the Arsenal efforts to keep it out, this time the flag does go up to Liverpool's advantage. Benayoun diving in.
Yeah, well over. Thought Sanya had gotten it away, got his foot up in Benayoun's face, but this is really poor defending again. Some decision making they've made has been awful from Arsenal. They haven't been able to live with the ferocity of Liverpool's start to this second half. They've come out and they've just ripped into Arsenal, and Arsenal at the back have been unable to find an answer.
Well, I doubt if he saw it, Yossi Benayoun, but he did it.
Now they had the boot in his face. But trust me, it's worth it when you get back up and you find that you've just given yourself, your team, a big lead.
And he gets a big hand. Well, it happened to Arsenal at Wembley. They took the lead against Chelsea, and the game was turned around. It's looking the way Liverpool want it now. But a storming start to the... Arshavin. He's stolen it from Arbeloa. Needs a bit of quality here, and how about that? He's smashed it in, and Arsenal are level.
How can a player who's hardly ever kicked produce that? But that's what this, I said, they're always going to be dangerous, so they don't concede a third. And that's what you mean. At this level, you cannot make a mistake, because the quality of the footballer punishes you. And that's exactly what Arshavin does here. Not dealt with, should have been quite comfortably hook it round. He gets caught. And what about that though? There was plenty, and I mean plenty to do when Arshavin pulled the trigger. And it's past Pepe Reina like a rocket. Game on, Liverpool. You've got to come again, guys.
Still a quarter of the game to go. Ripped past Reina by the Russian. Not quite the Wembley dance, but the thumbs up. Arshavin's on a hat-trick at Anfield. Nasri. Oh, it is Arshavin. Has he got the hat-trick? He has! He can't believe it.
Well, Liverpool players are collapsed all over the pitch. They cannot believe it. They are shell-shocked. He cannot believe what's going on here, Jamie Carragher. Heads down all over the place in red shirts. Sammy Massey does really well. Nicks this one in, but another clearance that hasn't been dealt with. This time, the other fullback makes a complete hash of it. If you're strong on your left foot, then what you doing playing it back in there awkwardly? Turn that away for a corner. Just turn that away for a corner and defend it. But he plays it straight back to Arshavin. And he cannot believe this. I cannot believe it.
The glee of three for Andrey Arshavin. And here's Torres. Absolute astonishment at Anfield.
Well, you did say the season was getting better and better, didn't you? He might not agree.
Well, I was here when Julio Baptista scored 4 for Arsenal in a Carling Cup win. They won 6-3 that night. They lead 3-2, having been
got a job to do again. He's got 18 minutes to do it, and you feel that Liverpool don't need the one, they need 2.
Riera. Here's Torres. That's the one. It's 3-all. 18 minutes left.
He's brilliant. It just works so best here to get the half a yard. But they're awfully deep in here, and they allow it into him, I think, far too easily. But watch the way he works to it there. Shifts it. And as soon as he shifts it and works, Mikel Silvestre, he knows what he wants to do. Little dummy there to get the little bit of an angle he needs to work the target. And there it is, bottom corner, arrowed into the bottom. It's another one of those nights involving Liverpool.
Red hope renewed. The Super Spaniard.
No, subs on. Albert Riera's gone. That was his last contribution, the ball in from the left. And Ryan Babel's come on.
Out comes Fabianski. Oh, and Walcott. A long way to go, but he's capable of doing that. Alonso.
Here's Arshavin.
He's played in. Arshavin. He's done it! 4! In the 90th minute.
What a night. What a night. Well, I did say the one thing that they have to watch is that they don't lose it by chasing it, and that is exactly what has happened. The pace of Walcott was just too much, but look at Arshavin turn it on here. Look at the drive in him. And this first touch is a good one. And he's good enough. There's a good footballer. Right foot or left foot, he doesn't care. That's what you do on your weak side, you know, if you're a little unsure. You set yourself and you put your foot through it. And this game just has to be over now for Liverpool. But it's a title race. We'll find that out maybe a little more, but that tomorrow night. Extraordinary evening here at Anfield.
Russian roulette. And Liverpool look like being the losers to it. Diaby on to Bentner. Great win by Carragher in the air. Alonso. Mascherano. And it comes to Benayoun. And for the second Tuesday in a row, Liverpool are involved in a 4-4 here. Stamford Bridge last week, at Anfield tonight.
They are all over the place again here. Trying to defend us. Watch how many players go for the ball that hops up. There's so many mistakes going on in that Arsenal defence. Can't really deal with it. Just drops to Yossi Benayoun. Scuffs it away a little. And I think the ones that have left the Kop a little early might be making their way back.
Still 2 minutes left.
The way it caused him to misdirect his head up.
The scoreline is an amazing 4-4 at Anfield. The bottom line is 2 points dropped at home by Liverpool. Although they go back on top only on goal difference. It's goals this has all been about tonight. 4 of them for Arsenal from Andrey Arshavin, who's really announced himself in English football with his personal exploits here. 2 for Benayoun, 2 for Torres for Liverpool, who might have lost, but hit back to get the draw. And even Tom Hicks and George Gilletta standing together tonight. That's what kind of night it's been. And Liverpool will stay together. But for Manchester United, it's a result to cheer. Arsenal extend their unbeaten run in the Premier League to 19 games. And helping Manchester United in the process. United now with 2 matches in hand, remember. Draws have damaged Liverpool's prospects already this season, and potentially this the most damaging of all, but certainly the most thrilling of all. Liverpool 4, Arsenal 4.
Extraordinary stuff. What is it about a Tuesday night? 4-4. It gives Liverpool, of course, the lead. Manchester United play tomorrow against Pompey. That was the original game that they had in hand, but on goal difference, Liverpool go back to the top. United play tomorrow. Chelsea play tomorrow night against Everton. 7:30. Sky Sports 1 and HD won that. Sunday it's Arsenal against Middlesbrough, 1 o'clock, same channels, followed by Blackburn and Wigan. Those 2 part of Super Sunday, of course. 3:30 that starts. Steven Gerrard, a good point or a bad point?
Well, obviously, ideally we wanted 3 points tonight, so we see it as 2 points drop, but you know, this point could be important. I still feel as if there's still going to be a few twists and turns, but we're relying on other people to do us favours. But tremendous game for the neutral, not for myself. But yeah, I enjoyed it, but obviously I wanted 3 points tonight.
At 4-3 to the Gunners, had it gone?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think, you know, you're talking about Manchester United here. They are a fantastic team, and you look at their running and look to see where they are going to drop points. It would have been very, very difficult if we'd have lost the game, but I think that point could be big.
That's how big that equaliser was. 4-4. It's an extraordinary night. All the reaction to come. We'll name the man of the match. First man to get 4 here since Dennis Westcott in 1946. 4 in the league. Before you Arsenal fans leap out of your seats, we know about Baptista. That was Carling Cup. 4-4. Reaction to come. What a night. What an extraordinary night. Arsenal in front when Arshavin did that. Who else but Torres got Liverpool back on terms. And within 10 minutes of the restart, they led. But although he'd only had 2 touches until that point, Arshavin got Arsenal back in front and then became the first man since Peter Undlov here to get 3 in 14 years. Torres again. Arshavin again. And finally, because at 4-3 Steven Gerrard felt it had gone, Benayoun made it 4-4. An extraordinary night in every respect, Jamie, wasn't it?
Unbelievable. Take nothing away from Andrey Arshavin's 4 goals because they were brilliant. I think it was an exhibition in how to dribble your right foot, left foot, hit left foot or right foot. But from Liverpool's perspective, I think every goal they gave away was bad defending. The first goal by Mascherano, taking his time, dwelling on it in a vital area. The second goal, Arbeloa, taking his time again, getting caught in possession. The third goal, Aurelio, really when he should clear that easily. And they're uncharacteristic errors because from Liverpool's point of view, and I'm sure Steve you agree, that is something you don't associate with Liverpool. But today that was the biggest problem. There were mistakes from their own point of view. But don't get me wrong, once they made the mistakes, they was punished heavily by exhibition stuff by Andrey Arshavin.
What's happened at Liverpool? Conceding and scoring goals. One end too freely and at the other end it's a joy to watch.
It's not like us to concede that many goals the way we have tonight. I think the fourth goal, you've got to say it's good play by Arsenal. It was a fantastic counter-attack and we got caught pushing for the winner ourselves. But the first three, certainly not like us defensively. Usually we're safe and sound, especially at home.
What do you make of it all, Alan?
Well, I mean, in many ways it's easy to say now, but Arsenal are the last team you want to play, isn't it, when you want those 3 points, because you know there's not too much pressure on them. Fourth place is pretty secure. And they showed tonight how dangerous they can be without playing anywhere near the full potential. They've just got players within that team. I mean, Arshavin's the man that stands out. That can hurt you, that can kill you. I think Arsenal fans will look at that tonight and think, why oh why couldn't we have made more of a challenge of it this season? But I mean,
maybe because they fancy the Champions League?
Well, they do now, yeah. I mean, they're probably better equipped for it. I mean, we've been saying that all year, haven't we, really, with the players that they've got at the disposal. You know, they haven't got the big lads that can withstand a physical match all the time. So in the Champions League, with the technical ability they've got, they're as good as anybody in that competition. I have to be honest, I don't think you've ever got a better time to play Arsenal tonight. No Adebayor, no Van Persie, no Clichy left back, no Gallas. I thought this was the ideal time to play them. Just got beat in the FA Cup. I honestly, and there was a lot of talk about Arsenal coming here, resting players, and I think that's why you've got to give them credit, because they didn't roll over, they didn't come here and just sulk, they did play. But I just thought from Liverpool's perspective that will hurt the most, because this was the time to play
Will
an
it hurt,
Arsenal team.
or are you actually now more relieved to have got that late equaliser and still be competitive in the race?
Well, we'll have to wait and see how big that point could end up being for us. I think the disappointing thing is obviously the results, because we wanted 3 points tonight. Performance-wise, I think at times we were very, very good tonight. I thought we played at a high tempo, we pressed well. Torres and Benayoun were frightening going forward, very good. I know Arshavin may get man of the match, but for me, Yossi Benayoun was my man of the match. We will have to wait and see. The disappointing
it does give United room to manoeuvre, doesn't it? It's a very difficult proposition when you're winning, and they've got to win, surely.
Yeah, before the game, I'm talking to Jamie saying, we only need United to maybe draw a couple of games. I think now we need United to get beat for teams to take maximum points off them, which is different, because it's difficult to do against United because they're a good team. But there's still a few more twists and turns left, 5-6 games left. We'll have to wait and see.
There's a few heroes out there tonight. It was the fourth goal that finally won Andrey Arshavin man of the match. He wasn't winning it with just the 3. The 4 made sure. Here he is with Jeff Shreves.
Andrey, have you ever scored 4 goals in a game before?
Never. Only 2 times. I did it in Russia, just 2 times before.
2 goals, or two times you've scored 4? Have you ever scored a hat-trick?
3, just hat-trick. Yeah, never scored 4 goals.
What was the game like to play in?
I like this game, but this game like supporters. But of course it's not good for the team, because and Liverpool wanted to win, we wanted as well. But it's good. It's a good football.
Was it almost like basketball?
Oh, almost basketball, but I can't score 90, just 4, sorry.
OK, well done tonight. You're the Barclays man of the match. Well played.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I bet you wish he'd worn that tonight as well, that red jersey, don't you? Fernando Torres it was who he swapped shirts with. But it was an extraordinary performance, an individual performance from him. Almost on cue, Rafa Benitez has. Here he is with Jeff Shreves.
Rafa, you go top. Was it in fact a very good night for Manchester United?
You never know. We will see tomorrow, but anyway, I think that today we made too many mistakes in the 4 goals, but also very positive, because the team showed character until the last minute, so we never give up. So I think that is the positive message for the rest of the season.
Why were there so many uncharacteristic errors from your side?
Really, it's difficult to explain, because we were talking about how to defend. For example, when you are attacking in a corner, and we made a massive mistake at the end, So things that we have been talking for a long time. Maybe the people was a little bit nervous, so the anxiety. But still, the positive thing is we have one more point against a good team, and we are top of the table.
The fact that you were pressing forward for the winner and let Arsenal in, did you feel you had to do that given the position you're in the title race?
Yeah, I think we were talking before about to win almost every game. So today, I will say again that there's disappointed, but to score 4 goals has to be really pleased at home. To concede 4 goals, really disappointed.
But right now, does this hand the initiative to Manchester United?
Yeah, they had before, so they continue in the driving seat. So we have to keep pushing, and we showed today again that until the last minute we can fight. So we will try to do until the last game.
Do you take heart from the fact that Arsenal still have to go to Old Trafford?
Yeah, I think that they have to play against Chelsea and United. So it's a good team, and I think that you will see it's football. You never know.
Rafa, thank you.
Thank you.
Martin Tyler said, didn't he, there is something extraordinary about English football, isn't there? That's why the world wants to see it. And Michel Platini wants to spoil it.
Does he? What was he trying to do? How can you spoil that? That's nothing like that, is it? No. You got the game. You be fit the weekend, Steve, do you think?
Yeah, I've got a good chance. I'm starting twisting and turning and doing some ball work tomorrow, so fingers crossed I can be involved.
Pleased.
Yeah.
That's all they need.
Some speculation that Super Ken is on his way back to the club, Stephen, if that were indeed to be the case.
Get him in.
Would that be welcome?
Yeah, of course. You know, it's great to see him around the place. So from my point of view, get him in, give him any job just to have him about. He's superb and he's a hero of mine. So to see him every day will give me a boost. So whatever it'll do to everyone else will be great.
If it were to go out and speak to young professionals about coming to Liverpool, do you think he would have an influence on?
Well, if I weren't at Liverpool and I got the chance to meet Kenny Dalglish, I know where I'd be signing.
Okay, Arsene Wenger, very quickly before we go, with Jeff Shreves again.
Arsene, fabulous entertainment for us, but what about for the coach?
Well, the game was of quality on both sides. I believe both teams gave absolutely everything. Of course, you're only half happy when you concede 4 goals, but both teams can say that. And we are a bit even less than half happy because we were 4-3 up with 1 minute or 2 minutes to go.
What would you say about Andrey Arshavin's performance, and how frustrated are you that he can't play in the Champions League?
I think we knew that when we bought him, and we have to accept that. But of course, his performance was outstanding. He has a quite first half, but when he comes into the game, he's repeated that many times. He's always very dangerous, and he has personality, and he's a winner.
What sort of night did your goalkeeper have after the weekend?
I believe he had a very good first half, and in the second half we suffered a bit more on the longer balls, but I cannot fault him on the second goal. I don't know really what happened, but overall I believe he had a convincing performance.
And what sort of result is a point for you in terms of the table?
Well, the positive is we have a long unbeaten run and it keeps that going, and the positive is that we have shown that we have quality, and the negative is that 3 points were better.
Thanks, Arsene. Well done.
Thank you.
Alan, as pleased as Manchester United might be about the result here tonight, will they have seen anything that concerns them about their Champions League ties against Arsenal?
God, plenty, yeah. I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson knows all about the quality of Arsenal's team. And they have been coming into good form. Yeah, they were disappointed in the semi-final of the Cup at the weekend. But tonight there, I mean, you pick out who played well for Arsenal. There weren't many, but even though they still get 4 goals because they've got a player like Arshavin who can pop up at the vital moments. So they are not a team you can take lightly.
But not in those games, obviously, Arshavin.
No, of course not. But on another day, somebody else will pop up. They've got those kind of players.
Come back and Van Persie to come back.
Yeah, they're 2 main strikers, the top scorers were out today. So it just shows you they are a team that can be lethal if you give them half a yard.
And in summary, on we go?
Yeah, on we go. We keep fighting away. You know, Manchester United have got big Champions League games to focus on as well, so hopefully they rest a few for the league games in between.
Thanks all very much indeed, Jamie. Stephen Gerrard, of course, and Alan Smith. Right, upcoming, reminder that we've got more live football tomorrow night. Manchester United play Pompey. We'll keep an eye on that, but we're at the Bridge for an FA Cup final rehearsal. Chelsea play Everton, 7:30 start, Sky Sports 1 and in high definition on HD1. Also tomorrow night, if you're a Spanish League fan, Barcelona are playing Sevilla from 9 on Sky Sports 2. But I guess that you'll be with us at Stamford Bridge. Very much looking forward to that. This evening, quite stunning. 4-4 the final score from all of us. Good evening to you.